Hi, Jim.
Hello, Ulemj.
Okay, welcome.
Thanks for having me today.
All good?
Look
Okay.
at that.
So this is my little studio.
Little. I'm sure a lot of people would like have a little studio like this.
Yeah, it works for me perfectly. I have lots of fun in here.
I'm sure you have. I can see some of that fun on the wall. So
Oh, yeah. So these are some of my pieces I'm working on at the moment. Not 100% resolved yet, but yeah.
can you take me through them?
Yes, so these are scenes from my memory of Italy.
Uh-huh.
A couple of years ago, when I went to Italy, I just fell in love with the city in the landscape. So I started exploring that. And yeah, so what I'm doing here is not just the city, but I'm trying to capture the feel, the energy of the place.
Well, that's the first thing that comes in mind when you look at them. It's energy.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to hear. Yeah, so what I am exploring here is also the different mark making. I'm also interested in the layering, and then it's like I create a puzzle for myself and then I'll try and solve it.
Fair enough.
And oftentimes I can see the next step, straight away.
Yeah.
But some paintings take longer, just because, yeah, it's a tricky puzzle to solve.
Up close, it's really mark for mark. Mm-hmm. And then it's only when you're away from it, then they kind of make sense in the whole.
Yes. Yeah, so what I try to do is I think about that loud and quiet conversations. So loud ones are the image that you see from afar, from a distance. But when the quiet conversations are little details that you see those marks when you are up close. And some can be quite fine that you actually won't see straight away. And that's what I am, aiming to do, to give the viewer something that they can enjoy and discover for a long time. So they could enjoy it, not in one go, but I want them to be discovering and having conversation and, to be surprised.
That's exactly what you mean. That's the feeling you've got when you look at them. It's like all the intricacies and little hidden marks and it's such a range as well.
The differences are important, I feel, because you need to vary the mark making and then the intensity, and give something interesting. So, for example, like here you might see some like fabric. It's a collage of my painting actually printed onto fabric, and then I use the fabric as well. Yeah, and then I'll also make my collage papers, and then I add them, and I quite like this, how this came out. Little surprises, and I like mixing charcoal, inks, and then I make like initial marks with these water-soluble pastels. And I like them showing. I don't like to rub it off or, hide them, because I feel that it's kind of like honest, and it also shows where I have been and I don't try and hide my mistakes if there were any, you know?
Yeah.
And because it's part of the learning and it's the journey, you know? So I like to embrace that.
And where are you originally from?
Oh, I'm originally from Mongolia.
Okay.
I was born in Ulaanbaatar, and I lived there for on and off for 20 years.
Okay.
And then I moved to Japan, and moved and lived in 7 different countries.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So those scenes we're looking at here, are they from your travels?
Yes, from my travels. So this is from Europe, Italy, where I went a couple of years ago, and so that's where it all began. The landscape and the cityscape started there, and when I got back to New Zealand, I started seeing my surroundings differently. So it ignited something, started something, you know, sparked interest in inspiration in architecture, and not just the architecture, but it's that beautiful, like the feel of the place. And I fell in love with those ancient olive trees, you know. And I have actually done some of the trees when I was there, but I think I can show you some pieces here. So this is a tree trunk that, you know,
Oh yeah, I can see
you
it.
can kind of see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am exploring. Try and go somewhere I haven't been before, you know, and push a little bit further. So I'm taking myself somewhere a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, because before you were doing this, were you doing something different?
Yes, I actually started off doing a lot of like portraiture. So you can see one of them here. This is
It's quite different, isn't it?
yeah, but you could still see I was going.
Well, that's your
and
style.
exploring, you know. Yeah.
Yes. We can find some of those marks that, you know.
Yes.
We can find them back here.
Yes.
And so all these were earlier work.
Yeah.
Right.
So these were ink drawings that I explored, like I'm trying to remember, a year or a year and a half ago, maybe a couple of years ago, but these were actually done with spoon.
Spoon?
Yes, so I just wanted to test how much control I can have with the spoon.
Well, apparently a lot.
Yeah, I actually did whole series of them, but this is only a few that's left.
Are these here in the similar?
Yeah, so
vein?
this one I have taken it a little bit further. The brown marks are coffee, but I have also used ink, and I've done quite a few series of them, and soon I got some framed. I'm taking them to the Auckland Art Show later this month.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And you can probably see some of my tools here.
So that's the brushes.
Yeah.
You made them yourself.
Yeah, I actually made them, some of them, like a couple of years ago, and I haven't, like, I just left them there, and I knew I was going to use them, you know. And then every time I go hiking or I go to the beach, I'm picking things up that I could use. So yeah, and it's quite interesting. Sometimes you don't need very expensive tools, and
Well, sometimes it's the cheap tools that gives you the most interesting marks, right?
yes, exactly. Yeah, it actually gives you something unexpected where, you know, it's like what gives you magic, you know, brings that unexpected marks or the movement. And you also have, well, I have less control sometimes. And sometimes what happens is that I try and make my stick even longer. So to challenge myself, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Less control.
Less control.
Yeah, I like that. It's really hard to do, but when you succeed, it's very interesting. So what about these ones?
Oh, so these are, because these are little pieces that I have been doing, like just whenever I've got like half an hour or an hour, you know, between my other commitments.
Yes.
You know, so
between life.
Yes, and school, because I also teach at the high school, and so these were my kind of like also studies, you know, just keep things going, even when if I don't have enough time or like a lot of time, trying to be doing something for half an hour or an hour each day, just to get that, you know, like not to become a stranger. To my practice.
It's very important.
Yeah. So I might actually show you my sketchbook. This is my new passion. I have been wanting to do sketching. This is actually I've done quite a few books, but this is a book I started in February. So nearly 400 pages done. So I try and sketch just whatever I can see or I haven't done before. Mm-hmm. So this is my e-pod, and I got the brush for, do you know, dry brushing? Yeah. So I just wanted to document my life as well, you know. What I've been going through and what I've been discovering. I went and saw my friend Jackie, and I did a sketch of her there. And then, you know, just whatever I see, I went out and saw a lovely glass, so I will sketch that. And then, you know, just all sorts of things I can see. And I've been exploring some, you know, landscape, my hands, because my hands and feet are always there. When I can't see anything else, I'll just sketch my hand or...
Easy subject, always available.
Yeah, always available, yeah. And I try and work from the... from what I can see, you know, from photographs, you know, then you can see more details. And yeah, so I'll show you what roughly, you know, tree trunk. This is just a little experimental. I went on a trip to Auckland, and then it was from the breakfast place. And yeah, there are some, this is my foot, you know. Yeah, and I quite enjoyed this. This is actually, I quite liked these sketches that I've done while hiking in the forest.
While hiking?
Yeah. So what you do here is, you know, I've been walking, but I have to keep up. I do it with a group, hiking group. So I have to keep up with the group, but at the same time, I'm trying to draw. So there's no time to, you know, muck around.
So you draw as you walk?
Yes, and I just try and get the feel of the place, not the details.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Yeah.
Don't have time for that.
No,
just walk.
Just walk, but I'm trying to get the gist, you know, what I'm seeing and feeling.
The impression of that
yes,
place
impression, yes. So I quite like this, you know, and then how the path curves and things like that. Yeah. this is my new sort of experiment, quite immediate in which I love. And I feel this ties in with that honesty, you know, like, and also just trying to capture that moment. Yeah.
Very raw.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, quite like that too. Almost looks like there is someone on a horse.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, if you like challenges, I can give one to you right now.
Okay.
What about you try to, do a sketch of me?
Okay. I'll take this. Maybe I'll do a ink drawing or two.
Okay.
I'll just put this
I like that.
cloth down, drop sheet.
With a long handle.
Oh yeah. Might not look like you, but
Well,
you
that's
know.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'd rather be this way, actually.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just grab some papers.
And I get sneaky. So.
So that's when I was going through bird phase last year. I'm still keen to explore that further.
I've heard that one of your bird painting got into Mongolia in a rather
Interesting,
interesting
unexpected.
way.
Yeah.
Can you explain a bit more about it?
Oh yes. So Winston Peters went to Mongolia earlier this year. And I got a phone call from his office in February, and I was asked, to share some of my work with them. And they found something they liked, and decided to take it as a diplomatic, state present to Mongolian government. So that was an interesting, it was a full circle because I'm from Mongolia.
Yeah. Well, that was perfect. And how again did you get to draw for Winston Peters?
Oh, so they actually wanted to commission me, but I only had. They have given me a week, and I was like, oh, that's not enough time. But you are welcome to have a look at some of my pieces I have available now. And they looked at my pieces and they particularly liked the Tui piece. I don't have it here, but...
well, I'm sure people can find it on your Instagram, right?
Yeah.
We'll get a link in the description.
Yes. Okay, so shall we start? I'm just
yes, please.
thinking.
Do you need me to be still, or can I move around?
You can move around.
From memory.
Yes. So I've got a few.
I just want to keep digging into these ones. Well, the first thing that comes to mind when we look at your work is expressive.
Yeah.
It's about gesture.
Yeah. Yes. I have actually tried many different styles, in the past, and I feel over the time I feel this is like a way to also learn about myself. It's a journey of discovery of who I am, and this is sort of my style. I want to be able to express myself freely, and which brings me lots of joy.
And you, so did you start in Mongolia to paint and draw and everything?
No,
How that
I
happened?
just used to doodle, but I never thought it could be a serious thing, you know. I went and did my degrees and then postgraduate, degrees as well in education and linguistics.
Uh-huh.
But art has always been there, especially when the times were tough. It used to give me a lot of kind of like it was like a therapy where I could be free and I could connect with myself and recharge myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I've got here is one is coffee. And
Coffee?
Then, yeah. Bit of coffee here. And then I've got...
Well, coffee, it's already me. I mean, yeah.
You like coffee?
Yeah, I love coffee. Even though coffee doesn't like me.
Oh. Doesn't agree with you or...
Well, it's just, I'm already a little bit hype. So with coffee, it doesn't help.
Okay, so I quite like this.
Yeah, I like that too, actually.
It is, so far. We might let it dry for a little bit and see, and I can respond to it.
So you always work, when you do this, you always work on several at the same time?
Yeah, I try and finish one, but I like to... I just follow the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I used to, like if it wants me to start, another one, I'll do it. And then it's like a dialogue, conversation happening, with the piece. And for example, like I might go in with an idea like doing Jim's portrait or, painting,
Yeah.
but it might tell me to do other things. So it's sometimes best to just listen and go with it, then try and force it, Yeah. But one of these will, work.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah.
Well, it takes a lot of wisdom to, to let it go and say, okay, that's not gonna be my way, but I can see the new path ahead and just follow it.
Yes.
That's something I'm still struggling to do,
Yes. It's about trusting, and like there is no, especially in art, there is no right or wrong. And if you have made mistakes, that's part of the learning, and I feel it's about discovery of yourself because you are constantly making decisions, and notice things that work for you, in line with who you are, your true self.
The true self.
Yeah. So when it dries, I'll show it to you. But can you maybe should go around and just see?
Trying not to. Well, I can see the beard.
May have came out a little bit feminine. Do you think?
It's maybe that's what you see in me.
But I quite like the mystery, You don't.
Well, I'm the
100%,
same.
Yeah.
And I'm mostly interested in seeing the energy that I send to you more than how you see me physically.
Yes.
So now I'm excited to see where it's gonna go.
Yes.
So Tell me a little bit while it's drying about what you are using as, paint and tools, and other than the one you make yourself.
Yeah, so I have many different brushes and things like that, but obviously there are a few of my favorites, that I often seem to use. So brushes of all sizes and shapes, and I have worked with oils in the past. I might show you later some of the earlier work. Yeah, I moved on to acrylics because it's just faster and easier and suits my style as well. But it
More
doesn't
immediate.
more immediate, yeah. But it doesn't mean that I won't explore oils again. I still have got some packs that I haven't opened yet, and so I love, some. This is a lovely graphite that I use for bigger pieces.
Yes. That's one piece that. Oh wow.
Yeah. And I love using charcoal. I use a lot of these Posca pens for mark making, and
That's interesting as well.
yeah. I actually love these little, these sort of, I've got a whole box of them. But what I really love are these water-soluble pastels.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. I used to use them all the time, but now recently I'm just like, I can use whatever I have in my bag. So I carry my sketchbook, and then I just use ordinary pen, or like charcoal pencil, or whatever I have in my bag, yeah, and take notes. So this is a little Mongolian lady. She was actually a really famous singer.
Oh wow.
In Mongolia. She passed away, but the other day I was listening to her song, and one of the songs about the eternal sun, and it's we call it a long song in Mongolian, Ortendo. And some people believe that it is because it's called long song because they elongate every word, and this song actually can last for 3-4 days if you sing it properly,
Yeah.
And so she was the master of that song, that genre,
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah.
What's the name?
So it is called Ortindo, but this was about, and this particular song was about the sun. And when I'm like, as I'm getting older, I'm more and more interested in my, heritage, and especially the, arts and the music, and how the Mongolian traditional this song actually almost feels like it takes you to a different realm. It's very spiritual as well, and it fascinates me. Yeah.
But so these songs are quite traditional and structured, right? They follow a particular structure, or how close to your style would that be?
I feel it's almost like, yes, that's a good question, because I feel it's also pretty abstract. The lyrics are also quite abstract, poetic.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you elongate those notes like forever,
yes,
you kind of start to see in between the notes, and
that's
and
right.
it's a texture
exactly.
more than
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes. maybe that's why I'm drawn to it more, you know?
Yes.
Because I am also, like, in terms of my art, I'm changing and developing, and I feel with that also some things that didn't resonate before are starting to make sense. Yeah. Yeah.
And what about this one here on the wall?
Yes.
Is it an old piece?
It's actually not that old.
No.
It's actually, this piece has got a little bit of a different feel because first time I sort of decided to paint the Mongolian golden eagle because it soars so high, up high. And I imagine, you know, what it might look like from that up high, you know, to have that wide vision.
Yeah.
And yeah, anyway, and then you can see a little wolf at the you know, bottom, and I feel because there is a story, really old story in Mongolia, that Mongolians are born from a deer mother and wolf father. Yeah, so just the idea in Mongolians love wolves. So I wanted to include that, you know, it does mean something to me.
And it's so originally I thought it was a Native American.
And yes, so like I feel like Native Americans and, you know, Mongolians share a lot of similarity.
Well, it seems like it. Yeah.
Yes, the way of life, and you know, and yeah.
Spirits into animals.
Yes,
And
yes. Yeah,
Oh, that's
it was
very
actually done after my trip to Canada, so I think it did influence me, you know.
yeah, no, fair enough. So
this might take a little longer.
a bit longer than
Yeah.
expected.
Yes, but I think it's nearly done. I think I just need to add a little bit of charcoal. So there is a nice tool.
Nothing straight.
Nothing straight. Yeah, that's one thing I struggle with, straight lines. I can do straight lines, but it annoys me. Not annoys me, but it is, you know, I have to mess it up.
Yes.
You know, when it is straight, I just have to add a little bit of crooked line to cross it or something.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So this one is actually double pips, and I've got one side brush and other side is pencil. Yeah. I might just wet it and just go in a little bit. I think it's still a little bit too wet.
It looks very wet from here.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually quite like this little. Yeah.
And you like to work flat like this on the ground more than...
Yeah, so I started off working on easels,
Yes.
but over time I discovered I actually like just working on the wall or on the ground. So I've got my easels in the storage. Yeah, yeah. So I normally bring them out if I'm running workshop and that, you know, a particular person wants an easel, then I'll bring it out.
Yeah,
But
fair enough.
yeah, yeah.
But I guess if you work with long handles like this,
Mm.
being on the floor makes sense, right?
Yeah, or just, I don't know why, but I just, like over time I have discovered I actually also really like working big. So it's a little bit tricky when it gets bigger and bigger. I can't do it on easel.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, working bigger makes sense with your style. I mean, if you want to be expressive and free, large movement feels more natural, isn't it?
Yes. And recently, this is my also favorite tool, just the tape at the front.
Just that's a
just
that's
the
just
tape.
oh wow. Yeah.
Some duct tape.
I'll try to get it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got multiple little ridges and they can make different marks.
Yes.
Depending how you turn it, right?
Yes.
I'm going to try to look at you at the same time.
No, it's all good. You can move if you like, and I'll just, yeah. I often draw my daughter or my cat as well, because they are very unpredictable. My daughter is only 6, so she moves around a lot, very energetic, you know. And my cat as well, I try and capture my cat. But you never know, you're kind of on the edge, you know, like
Yes.
you don't know when they're gonna move and change positions, and it's, yeah, kind of exciting.
Energy again.
Yes.
And do you think your style comes, like, did you had any inspiration from other artists? At least when you started?
Yes. So when I started, I quite liked, well, it was very different, you know, what I liked. I used to like, I don't know if you know the American artist Mark Ryden.
No.
Well, it's very different to my style. And he does these really cute doll-like paintings. And he actually also did a big, I think, was it ballet or some musical, and he did all the costumes, and you know, it was pretty incredible. I think it was like the Candyland kind of, you know, show. But
so
yeah,
very pretty.
very pretty, lots of pinks, but there is a little bit of sinister kind of feel going on as well. And I don't know, I used to find it quite interesting. And then, you know, I started going through, you know, I got this book on Lempicka.
Oh, yes.
And I was fascinated about her style as well for a while. And I thought, it's like these people, like she used to do a lot of portraiture and lots of beautiful women, but they all looked like they were carved out of wood.
Yes.
And so I have done a piece that was inspired by Lempicka, just to test my skills.
Yes.
And I did that in oil, and it took me forever. But I was quite happy with the result. But it wasn't me, you know. I was like, I can do this, but something is missing, because it wasn't me, you know. I wasn't there. So yeah, I started exploring further. I love Egon Schiele.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That's another artist I had in mind when I saw your work, Egon Schiele.
That means so much to me, because I love his work.
I love it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
the mystery, you know. There's something.
And again, that expressivity, that
Yes.
gesture in the drawing. the energy.
I think I prefer that one. This one, I think I couldn't control the tools more effectively, but I think I actually don't mind. Oftentimes what I do is, even if I think it's not working, I will have another go over the top.
Yes.
And actually it shows the journey where I have been, and I'm like observing and finding out more information. Yeah.
And you do that even with like going over even with ink?
Yeah, so I might use different tool and go over it, but I will have it as a background.
Okay.
So I might go back in with charcoal or something once it's dry.
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, because you hear people painting going over stuff, which makes sense, but yeah, it's quite brave to do it with ink, because you can't really hide that much with what's underneath. So
Yeah, the thing is that I'm not trying to hide anything, so it works,
yeah, awesome. Yeah, those little puddles might take a few days to dry.
Yeah, might be fine in the morning. Yeah, but I quite like that piece.
I think I'm gonna leave you to it, and I'm gonna be on my way.
Cool. Thank you for stopping by.
Stopping here was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.